Join me as I take on the challenge of living a day in my life with stiff person syndrome, a rare neurological disorder that affects my every move. Stiff person syndrome, or SPS, is a condition that affects approximately 1 in a million people worldwide. It's a neurological disorder that impacts daily life in ways that can be both frustrating and debilitating. Despite its rarity, SPS deserves attention and awareness, and that's exactly what I want to bring to the table today. By sharing my experience, I hope to shed light on this often overlooked condition and inspire others to do the same. One of the most significant challenges of living with SPS is the constant stiffness and rigidity that affects my muscles. Simple tasks, like walking or even just standing, become a struggle. My muscles are constantly on high alert, making everyday activities a real challenge. But it's not just the physical symptoms that are tough to deal with. The emotional toll of living with SPS can be just as overwhelming. Raising awareness about SPS is crucial because it's a condition that's often misunderstood or misdiagnosed. Many people, including medical professionals, have never even heard of it, which can lead to a long and frustrating journey to get an accurate diagnosis. By sharing our experiences, we can help change that and ensure that more people get the help they need. As we dive deeper into this video, I want to share more about the realities of living with SPS, the challenges we face, and the triumphs we experience. From the physical symptoms to the emotional struggles, and from diagnosis to treatment, I want to take you on a journey that showcases the resilience and determination of those living with this condition. Living with SPS is like living in a constant state of high alert. My muscles are always tense, always ready to react to even the slightest stimulus. It's exhausting, both physically and mentally. Imagine having to think about every single move you make, every single step you take, because you never know when your muscles might suddenly lock up or spasm. That's what it's like to live with SPS. But it's not just the physical symptoms that are tough to deal with. The emotional toll of living with SPS can be overwhelming at times. There's the anxiety that comes with not knowing when or where the next spasm will strike, the fear of not being able to control your own body, and the frustration of having to constantly adapt to new challenges. It's a heavy burden to carry, but one that we must learn to navigate if we want to thrive. One of the biggest challenges we face is getting an accurate diagnosis. SPS is often misdiagnosed as other conditions, such as multiple sclerosis or Parkinson's disease, which can lead to ineffective treatments and further frustration. It takes an average of 5 to 7 years to get an accurate diagnosis, during which time we're left feeling lost and unsure of what's happening to our bodies. Treatment is another major hurdle. There's no cure for SPS, but there are medications and therapies that can help manage the symptoms. However, finding the right combination of treatments can be a trial and error process that takes months, even years. And even then, there are no guarantees of success. Despite the challenges, we find ways to adapt and cope. We learn to prioritize our daily activities, taking breaks when we need to and pacing ourselves to avoid exhaustion. We develop strategies to manage our anxiety and fear, from meditation to deep breathing exercises. And we find ways to stay positive, focusing on the things we can still do, rather than the things we can't. But living with SPS is not just about coping, it's about thriving. It's about finding ways to overcome the obstacles and achieve our goals, no matter how small they may seem. It's about learning to love ourselves, SPS and all, and finding joy in the little things. I want to share a story with you that illustrates this perfectly. I was at the park with my family one day, and we decided to go for a walk. Simple, right? But for me, it was a monumental task. My muscles were screaming at me, and every step felt like a marathon. But I was determined to make it around the park, no matter what. And I did. It took me longer than everyone else, but I did it. And you know what? It felt amazing. That sense of triumph, no matter how small it may seem, is what gets us through the tough days. It's what motivates us to keep pushing forward, even when our bodies are screaming at us to stop. It's what reminds us that we're not just living with SPS, we're living despite SPS. Living with SPS requires a different mindset, one that's focused on resilience and determination. We have to be our own advocates, fighting for the care and support we need. We have to be willing to adapt, to try new things, and to take risks. And we have to be kind to ourselves, because let's face it, living with SPS is hard. But it's not just about us, it's about our support systems, too. Our families, friends, and caregivers are all affected by our condition, and they need support and understanding as well. That's why community and advocacy are so important. By coming together, we can create a network of support and resources that benefits everyone. The journey of living with SPS is a long and winding one, full of twists and turns. But with the right mindset, the right support, and the right resources, we can thrive. We can find joy, happiness, and fulfillment, even in the midst of chaos. In conclusion, living with SPS is not easy, but it's not impossible either. We face challenges, we overcome them, and we move forward. We are resilient, we are determined, and we are strong. And we deserve to be seen, heard, and understood. I want to thank you for joining me on this journey, for taking the time to listen and learn. If you're living with SPS, know that you're not alone, and know that there's hope. If you're a friend, family member, or caregiver, know that your support means the world to us. Subscribe for more content on rare conditions, and stick around for our next video, where we'll delve deeper into the world of neurological disorders. Don't forget to hit that like button and share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you're feeling generous, please consider supporting organizations that advocate for people with rare conditions. Until next time, stay strong, stay resilient, and stay informed.